Be sure to watch through to the end to find out exactly how much this fix could cost you. Hey everyone, before we dive into the fix, let's quickly talk about why your cabin air filter is so important. Think of it as the lungs of your car's ventilation system. It's a simple but crucial part that sits between the outside world and your car's interior, filtering out all the nasty stuff you don't want to breathe. It cleans the air of dust, pollen, and other pollutants, giving you fresh air to breathe. But what happens when changing this filter goes wrong? If you've ever replaced your cabin air filter and were suddenly greeted by a weird, persistent fluttering noise, like a playing card stuck in a bicycle's spokes, or noticed a funky, musty smell coming from your vents that just won't go away, this video is definitely for you. Stick around until the end, because I'll break down exactly how much it might cost to fix this problem, whether you decide to tackle it yourself or head to a professional shop. So what's the deal here? Well, Mazda recently sent out a new service alert. That's SA03225, specifically addressing an issue that can pop up right after a cabin air filter replacement. Now, to be clear, this isn't a safety recall, which is mandatory. It's not even a full-blown technical service bulletin or TSB, which usually provides detailed repair instructions for a known fault. Think of this service alert as a friendly heads-up from Mazda to its dealerships, and by extension, to owners like us. It's a way of saying, hey, we've noticed this happening, and here's what's likely causing it. Here's the play-by-play of what happens. In many modern Mazdas, the cabin filter is located behind the glove box, and it slides into a slot directly above the HVAC blower motor assembly. When you pull out the old, dirty filter, which has been dutifully trapping months or even years of debris, all that loose stuff, leaves, pine needles, dust bunnies, you name it, can easily get dislodged. And where does it fall? Straight down onto the fins of the blower wheel. That blower wheel is the fan that pushes all the air, hot or cold, through your vents. It's a precisely balanced component designed to spin thousands of times per minute without any vibration. So when even a single lightweight leaf or a small clump of dirt gets stuck on one of the fins, it throws that balance completely off. This imbalance is what causes that annoying fluttering or ticking noise you hear every time you turn on the fan. And it's not just about the noise. If organic debris like leaves gets in there, the dark, damp environment of the HVAC system is the perfect breeding ground for mold and mildew. That's the source of those unpleasant, musty smells. But here's why you shouldn't ignore it. That constant vibration, even if it seems minor, puts extra stress on the blower motor's bearings. Over time, this can cause the motor to fail prematurely. What starts as a simple cleaning job can turn into a much more expensive blower motor replacement down the road. Furthermore, a significant amount of debris can actually block the fan, reducing its efficiency. You might notice that your heat or AC just doesn't seem to blow as hard as it used to. So it's a problem that affects your comfort, your health, and potentially your wallet. Thankfully, Mazda's advice is straightforward, and it's a fix that many DIYers can handle. Here's the game plan. First, pull that new cabin filter right back out. Then, grab a flashlight and shine it down into the opening toward the blower wheel. If you see leaves or other large debris, your best bet is to remove them with a pair of long tweezers or needle nose pliers. A vacuum with a crevice tool can also work wonders here. If it's mostly fine dust and dirt, you can use a soft bristled brush to gently loosen it and a vacuum to suck it out. Try to avoid using compressed air, as it can blow the debris deeper into the HVAC system where it's much harder to reach. Now, if you've got a lot of debris or something is really stuck in there, the most thorough solution is to remove the blower motor assembly for a proper cleaning. This usually involves just a few screws and a single electrical connector. While it sounds intimidating, it's often surprisingly accessible. While you're in there, don't forget to inspect the housing and the surrounding area for any leftover gunk. If you're specifically battling a persistent odor, that's when you bring out the heavy artillery. Use a foaming AC evaporator cleaner. You spray it into the system. It expands to clean the evaporator core where mold loves to grow, and then it liquefies and drains out. Just make sure your AC drain line under the car isn't clogged first. For ongoing odor prevention, consider upgrading to an activated charcoal cabin filter. Unlike standard paper filters that only trap particles, the carbon layer in these filters actually absorbs odors and harmful gases, giving you a noticeable improvement in air quality. Once everything is clean, And before you install the new filter, here's a pro tip. Turn the fan on for a few seconds. Listen carefully. If the noise is gone, you've nailed it. Now you can slide in your fresh filter, secure everything, and enjoy the silence and clean air. So, let's talk about the damage to your wallet. How much is this going to cost? If you do it yourself, your main cost is a new filter, which is typically $15 to $30. If you need to tackle an odor, add about $10 to $15 for a can of AC cleaner. All in, you're looking at under $50 for a job well done. If you take it to a shop, you can expect to pay for about an hour of labor. This usually puts the bill somewhere between $80 and $150 for a full inspection and cleaning. If the blower motor has to be removed, it'll be on the higher end of that estimate. And remember that long-term damage we talked about? If the motor needs to be replaced, that part alone can cost a couple $100 plus more labor. So a little preventative cleaning can save you a lot. If this helped you out, hit that like button, drop a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more practical car tips. See you next time.